Welcome back, everyone, and I'm here again with SBR contributor Dave Golokhov. Today we're looking at the NHL game between the San Jose Sharks and the Winnipeg Jets. Now, before the Sharks game against the St. Louis Blues this past Saturday, where they actually were clobbered 7-2, they were one of the stingiest teams in the NHL, allowing an average of 1.91 goals in their previous 11 games, and an overall average of 2 goals per outing in the month of December. Now, Dave, do you think that they will be able to hold off the Jets this evening, considering that Winnipeg is averaging about 3.54 goals per match in their last 13 games?
Well, I think it depends who's in net for San Jose. Really, this is going to be a little bit of a bizarre preview we do of this game because of all the different permutations of the 4 goaltenders that could be in net tonight. But you take a look at the Sharks at last check, it looks like it might be Antti Niemi in net. And if he's in net, he's just got 2 wins in 5 starts against the Jets, goals against average over 3. So, I mean, him going up against a hot Jets offense probably is an issue for San Jose. However, if it's Alex Stalock, then all of a sudden you look at the Sharks as maybe having the edge. Stalock has faced the Jets twice, and he hasn't allowed a goal in either of those performances. So I think it's a little bit more contingent on goaltending than anything else in this matchup for the Sharks.
All right, now as for the Jets, I mean, they have been playing a bit well, even despite the absence of their top 4 defensive man and forward Evander Kane. They've won 10 out of the last 17 games that they've played. The problem is they haven't been playing very well at home. They've dropped 3 of their last 4 and are going on an overall 9-11 in their own backyard. I mean, with that in mind, man, do you think that their struggles are going to continue this evening against the visiting Sharks?
Well, this is more ammunition for Sharks backers, if you like. I mean, yeah, the Jets have lost 3 or 4 at home, 9-11 at home this season. This is a team that's not very consistent overall in any way, shape, or form. 5-6 in their last 11 games. But again, I think the situation for them is contingent on the goaltending too. You know, they have a goaltender right now, Michael Hutchinson, that's one of the hotter goaltenders in the NHL, 10-3-2 in his 15 starts. He has a goals against average of 1.81, which is actually the best in the NHL. I have no idea why they're not just starting this guy pretty much as humanly possible. Whereas they've got Andrei Pavlich, who at last check is the projected starter tonight. And, you know, if it's him in net, then you kind of want to lean towards betting the Sharks because Pavlich has been horrible in December. Save percentage of .886, goals against average of .295. You know, when you look at the situations in net, that's really, I think, going to tilt the scales as to whether you're playing one side or the other, the over, the under. It's really that much contingent on the goaltenders in this spot, in my opinion.
All right, man. So it looks like we're in a complicated position here. What should we do? I mean, should we back the Sharks, or should we be looking at the Jets, or maybe a total play here?
Well, listen, let's break this down for you, all the different permutations. I wish I had a chart here to do the color coding and everything, but this is how I look at it. Niemi and Pavlich in net tonight, I'm looking at the over. That would be the 2 weakest goaltenders of both for both teams. In that case, I'm not going to really like either side, so I'm going to go over the number. You're looking at Niemi and Hutchinson. I think the edge goes to the Jets. Between the pipes, their offense is doing well. They'll have the edge in net with Hutchinson going up against Niemi, who doesn't play well against Winnipeg, has a high goals against average against them. In that case, I think you're looking at a Jets play. Now, you look at Hutchinson and Stalock. Well, again, that's the better goaltender for both sides right now in this matchup. Then I'm going to look at the under if that's the case. So I think that's what makes sense there. And then lastly, if you've got Stalock and you've got Pavlich, this is kind of funny to me, which would be the final of the 4 matchups, then I'm kind of leaning towards San Jose. Again, the Jets don't play great at home. At that point, the Sharks would have the edge in net. A bit of a road dog here too. That's what makes the most sense here. Now, if both teams pull their goalies for this entire game, then we play the over completely. But obviously, that's not going to happen. So a little bit wacky there, but that's how I break it down for this matchup.
All right, no doubt, Dave, that we have a lot of factors to consider here, and just make sure that if you're betting on this one, keep an eye on every point that Dave pointed out. Man, thanks a lot for all the insights, and let's do this again tomorrow. For SBR Picks, this is Dax Floyd.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.